Hey ladies, it's Beth from Be Styled. Welcome. It's time for Tipsy Tuesday. And I've been busy, ladies. If you remember last week, I said that I needed to get my closet under control. And I did. I've been waiting for like a rainy day. Hasn't come happily, but today I was like, you know what? Today's the day. I feel like it's almost like New Year's Day or like the beginning of January. You know, it kind of feels like the seasons are changing and it's a new beginning. So like today's the day. Now, there's a caveat that I know applies to a lot of you. I'm not ready to transition my wardrobe to fall yet. I mean, we're joking here in Newport. They call this the local summer right now. So, now that Labor Day is over and the big hot tourism season is over, which I actually love. I love seeing all the tourists, but now it's the local summer. So the weather's still great. And I'm not ready to get rid of put all my summer clothes away and bring in the fall clothes. It's just doesn't make sense for me. And it probably doesn't make sense for a lot of you either. But my closet had just gotten into it just was a mess. I mean, for better or worse, it was a mess. It's a small closet. I was jamming things in there. It's summer, what am I going to tell you? Anyway, so I was starting to get on my nerves and it affecting my mood. So I was like, today's the day. So I got out my Closet Edit Bootcamp PDF that you can get too. I put a link here to the Fall Style System because that's starting. And if you check out the Fall Style System, you'll also see information on the Closet Edit Bootcamp. It's a $27 kind of add-on, or you can just do it on its own. But I use it. I created it several years ago, but it hasn't changed. The concepts stay the same, and I use it as a reminder. And one of the big things I did today that I recommend doing is I set a timer. I was like, I don't have all day to spend on this, and I don't want to make a huge mess. So I take it step by step. I set a timer for 30 minutes, and then when the bell rang, I finished up, and so I spent a total of 40 minutes. And my closet is very organized now. I think I showed it to you last week. I can't show it to you now because my camera would get all messed up. But it's a small closet, but at least it's organized. And it has the things in it that I'm going to be wearing in this early fall, late summer, early fall season. But I also pulled out a ton of stuff. There goes my light again. This happened last week. Hold on. It's blinking. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Don't leave me. Maybe my light's dying. Anyway, I'm back. I did come up with one bag. Oh, I also threw out my back in all this. I have this bag of giveaways. This was just stuff that I was like, all right, I've been holding on to it. Didn't wear it all summer long. And if you didn't wear it all summer long and you could have, it can go. And it was older stuff, all right? And then I also have on my bed a pile of hanging clothes that are going to go down to the basement that are very summery, that I'm either just tired of wearing, that I love, but I've just been wearing them all the time, and they're ultra summery. So those are getting pushed out. You could put them in another closet. You could pack them away in an attic. I have a hanging rack with a cover that zips in my basement that I put that kind of stuff on. I like to keep things hanging. If dresses and blouses and most of my things I do hang. So I have that, and then I have this bag. I have several of these bags that have like a window so I can see what's in there, and I'll put a label, and that's where I fold jeans, pants, sweaters, folding things, and that I will label and probably put in the attic. But just getting all that stuff out, that again, it's like reducing the clutter. And it lets me see what I have. And then what I'm going to do is I have a rolling rack in my guest room. Or it's actually we have 3 bedrooms, so it's the 3rd bedroom that's kind of like a glorified closet. The kids call it the cot room because we have trundle beds in there that nobody wants to sleep in because they're so small. But anyway, I have a rolling rack in there that I'm going to use to create over the next 2 weeks in the Fall Style System my fall capsule. So, we're working on tops today in the group, and you can click the link and join and jump right in. We're just starting. We're working on tops today. So I'm designating, what my core tops are going to be this fall from my checklist from the fall style system. So I have those set aside on a rolling rack, and I'm going to add to that all for over the next 2 weeks for each category, you know, tops, knitwear, pants, third pieces, through shoes, accessories, blouse, all that. And that will help me kind of define where I'm going in the fall. And then when it really becomes fall, I'll just do a big switcheroo. You know, I'll empty this for the most part. There's a lot of things that stay in there all the time. And then add my fall capsule, and I'll be good to go. And when the outfit formulas start on September 16th, I will be ready to just get dressed. So I invite you to do the same thing or a version of the same thing. Whether you join my program or not, or have my Closet Cleanse program or do your own routine, I really recommend just doing it. And, you know, pick a day, pick an hour out of your day and break it into baby steps. I mean, some people like to take a weekend, especially if you work. You might have to take a weekend day and you might have to empty your whole closet and do it all in one day. To me, that's just overwhelming. I need to kind of break it into baby steps. But once you do it, once you follow a plan, whether it's my plan or your own plan, the idea is you want to just keep up with it. It only took me 40 minutes to do mine today because I have, you know, I have a bag in my closet. You could have a basket if you want to make it pretty. I don't have room for that. Where if I see something in my closet or I try it on to get dressed and it just doesn't fit or it's got a hole in it that's not fixable, rather than throwing it on a chair or on your treadmill, I stick it right in that basket, you know, or I stick it in a bag to go to a tailor if that applies. But don't just hang it back up or throw it in a pile and figure you'll deal with it later. Deal with it then. That's how you stay on top of your closet. So you're not having to do a huge, you know, big closet edit every couple months. You know, maybe try that. And having a list and a plan with your clothes as well as your closet procedure is so helpful, because then it's just step one. Mine is a 3-step process. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And I walk you through what to do. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science, but it's just nice to have kind of a framework and a guide. And it's what I used to do back in the day when I was going into people's closets in person. It's the system I developed when I worked with clients in person. And then I transitioned it into a workable document. So it's sort of a self-guided closet cleanse. And if you're in one of my paid private groups, you can, if you have questions, you can show pictures of things. Should I keep it? Should I not keep it? That's one thing I love to do, because it's not always obvious. There are times where you're just like, I don't know whether to keep this or not. And you can try it on, you can show a picture of it and get my advice and the advice of the women in the paid group. So if you want to learn more about that, there should be a link to the fall style system here. If not, you can find all my information on my website, bestyledbybeth.com, B-S-T-Y styled by Beth.com. And I'm going to go get rid of all this stuff off my bed. That's the other thing. When you do this, don't leave the bags and boxes in the corner of your room. That just adds to the visual clutter and the mental clutter. If you have bags to get rid of, like I do, put it in your trunk and make a plan to take it to, I go to a big brother, big sister box right down the street. I'm probably going to just go do it today. So it's out of so I can't go back into it for one thing. And so it's out of my space. And then I'm going to put my hanging stuff down in the basement, and my bag I'm going to label and put that in the attic and be done and on with my day. So I highly encourage doing this yourself. If not today, as soon as you can. Pencil it in on your calendar, all right? It's so good for the psyche, ladies, and it's good for your style. I always say good style is really more about what you take out of your wardrobe than it is what you put in. It is, or is equally as important, what you take out. So get to it. It's no fun, I know, but once you get started, it can be kind of fun. Play some music, make it a game. All right? If you have any questions, just let me know here. I always go back and answer any questions. And thanks for being with me here today. And if you haven't, go just get dressed. Bye.